Hey, what's going on today, YouTube? It is Poopitar here, and we got our Week 8 PGL battle against Enestor and the Detroit Cobalions. So, I tried to record this the first time, and I'm just... Fuck Camtasia. That's about it. I'm kind of sick, but as you can see, he has the Mega Venusaur, the Raikou, the Tyrantrum, Porygon 2, Heatran, and Slowbro, so... He built a pretty good team this week to annoy me with those 3 walls and just basically like those 3 choice Pokemon. He told me that the Heatran, Tyrantrum, and I think the Raikou was Choice Scarf also. I think they were all Choice Scarf. So he just brought like 3 Choice Scarfers and 3 walls. So that's really annoying. But yeah, I'm kind of sick today. Got a sore throat. Jasmine's sick too. Yeah. And... I still have more shit to record today. So, Pokemon Pearl Randomizer Nuzlocke. First episode will be going up tomorrow where you guys choose our starter. So look out for that before we get into this. But, let's get into this. So, he's going to lead off with the Heatran. I'm going to lead off the Mamoswine. Now, I see that this thing isn't Choice Scarfed. So, my immediate response is to just go for Earthquake. Try and KO this thing if he tries to set up rocks, thinks he's faster than me or something. I'm not sure, but as I learn later on, it's going to be a Choice Scarf Heatran, and that's going to blow because then my Talonflame can't beat it. So, it's kind of pointless to bring Talonflame now. I think he prepared really heavily for the Talonflame. Seeing as he brought Raikou, Slowbro, and Heatran. So, he's going to go into the Slowbro here. Now, that Earthquake that I just hit it with did a pretty good chunk of damage. So, I'm not sure what kind of Slowbro this is, but it doesn't seem to be too defensive. Either that or Mamoswine is just, like, godly in attack power. But I'm going to Toxic it, and then he's going to bring me down to my Sash. I'm going to switch into Sushi here, because I know I can take whatever attacks he wants to throw at me. Looking back on it, he might have been a Calm Mind set, but even if he had Toxic, I believe I had the Heal Bell. So, yeah, I'm just going to go for the Scald here, in case he wanted to switch out. And he's going to go for a Psychic again. It's not going to be able to do too much to me. I think it's only like it's still like a 4-hit KO. But right here, I'm just going to go for the Wish, because I do need as much health as I can get to face off his Heatran, his Slowbro, and possibly the Porygon 2 if I have to. So right here, I'm just going to go for the Wish as he switches into the Venusaur, which is fine by me. The thing doesn't really bother me. But... right here, I'm just going to go for the Protect because I need my Vaporeon, as I said, at as much health as possible. And it's going to be kind of nice to scout this thing. So that's what I do. As he just goes for the Giga Drain, I'm like, okay, that's fine. Now, by the moves he reveals, I start to think that he's not carrying Sludge Bomb, which is really weird to think. Like, obviously, Venusaur is going to be carrying Sludge Bomb. But by the set that he has, it was just like, why would you bring this when it can be so easily worn down? Because if you don't bring Synthesis on a defensive Mega Venusaur, it's going to get very easily worn down. So I don't know what his thought process was with that, but I'm just going to go into Mamoswine here as he goes for a Sleep Powder. I'm like, okay, so he has Sleep Powder. So he has to have Sleep Powder, Synthesis, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb. He doesn't have the Leech Seed. He goes for the Leech Seed. So he either has to have Synthesis or Sludge Bomb. It doesn't make sense to not carry Synthesis on a Mega Venusaur, you know, because things can easily 2-hit KO it then on my team, like Talonflame, Kadabruh, other shit like that. Like, I didn't understand why he didn't bring Synthesis on it. I think that kind of just, like, threw me off. I was like, why would you not bring Synthesis on a Mega Venusaur and only bring Sleep Powder and Leech Seed? So right here, I'm just going to go for the Encore and trap him into the Leech Seed. So he either has to switch out into Heatran to take a Psychic, or just stay in and take a Psychic, because Psychic would hit everything else on his chat. Everything else... Sorry, I was looking at the skip chat. Psychic would hit everything else on his team for pretty much neutral damage other than Heatran. So his only switch into a Psychic would be Heatran. So I go for an Encore. And that's going to make him go for Leech Seed again, and I have Magic Guard, so that's not really going to affect me. or my Focus Sash that I'm carrying. So right here, I'm just going to go for the Hidden Power Ground, hoping he would switch into Heatran, because I need to make big boy plays. I'm in a pretty bad position. His team kind of out-preps mine in general, and I need to make big boy plays. So yeah, I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Ground, and he's going to bring in the Porygon too. And I was just like, well, screw me. Like... Screw me. If I went for the Psychic, I could have possibly gotten a special defense drop, maybe done a little bit more damage to this thing, because that Hidden Power just does jack shit. So I'm going to go into Nox here, hoping he would go for like an Ice Beam or like maybe a Toxic or something, or a Thunder Wave. But he just goes for the Thunderbolt, and once again, you know, he gets kind of hacksy with the Porygon 2, because Porygon 2 is just a fucking menace. Thing's so annoying. So he's going to go for another Thunderbolt and get the Para. And a very high roll with that, by the way. And I go for some spikes here, just because I figure I need to set up some spikes anyway. I don't think I have my Stealth Rocks up, which really sucks, but having the spikes up would at least compensate for not having it, because most of his team is grounded, if I believe. Actually, all of his team is grounded, so they're all going to take spikes damage. So he just goes for another Thunderbolt. I'm going to go for more spikes and just let him take out my Fortress, because Fortress isn't really helping me in the long run here. It's kind of just like... there. So he's gonna go for another Thunderbolt, and that's gonna take out Fortress, so that's fine, whatever. So I believe right now I'm gonna go into Mega Altaria, and I'm gonna try and set up some Dragon Dances, because I am offensive Mega Altaria. I'm not like defensive Dragon Dance, which I've been bringing every week. I figured I'd bring a more offensive one with like Double Edge, just so that I can kind of catch him off guard maybe, and I'll have enough speed to outspeed his choice Scarfers, and Raikou in general won't be able to 2 KO me with a Hidden Power Ice anyway. But he's going to go for an Ice Beam. It's going to do about half, so this made me kind of think it was more offensive, but at the same time I couldn't take the risk that it was defensive. So I calced it, and I figured out that the Double Edge that I'm carrying with Pixelate and Adamant Max Attack +1 would not take out a stupid Porygon 2. And I'm just going crazy here. Like, how does that not take it out? I calced it before the game and everything. I was like, I don't know. I just felt like so dumbfounded that the Double Edge wouldn't take this stupid thing out. So I just kept going for Roos here, hoping he would go for like a Thunderbolt or something, or maybe like a Thunder Wave or something stupid like that, and that I'd be able to hopefully just get some damage off on him with like an Earthquake or something. But I don't know. I just couldn't take the risk of going for the Earthquake, then the Double Edge, and knocking myself out, and then my Mega Altaria is gone, which is like my main win condition, and I just played the Altaria so horribly, which was my huge win condition to this match. So yeah, just this Porygon 2 is a pain in the ass, but he told me before it had like no defense investment. Well, after the match he told me it had like no defense investment, so I possibly could have KO'd it with a Double Edge, but I would still take hella recoil damage, and then if the Heatran was timid, it would outspeed me after +1. If it was modest, it wouldn't, but knowing him, it would more than likely be timid, just to kind of speed tie with a +1 max speed Mega Altaria. But I'm going to go into Sushi here, and he's going to go for the Ice Beam again. It's not really going to do anything to me, but I'm going to go for a Wish here, I believe. I can't really remember. I had this game like 2 weeks ago. Wish, 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 yes, okay. Because I figured my only hope is to really pass Wishes to the Mega Altaria, try to get it back to as much HP as possible, and then, you know, keep it healthy. But, as I said before, I was thinking of his moveset, and I didn't consider him having Sludge Bomb. So right here, I go for an Earthquake, predicting him to switch into, like, Heatran or something, and I forget about the Sludge Bomb. And it crits me to death, which doesn't really matter in the long run. It was just a stupid play on my part. I mean, I could have kept the Altaria alive, but not for that long, and I just... oh my god, I misplayed that Altaria so hard, because I thought he would have Synthesis instead of Sludge Bomb, and he would just be packing all Grass-type moves for some reason. But I go for a Swords Dance here, as he does not miss this next Sleep Powder, and he's going to be able to two-shot me with 2 Sludge Bombs. which is really sad because I was hoping that he would switch into the Heatran there. I would go for a Sword Stance, it wouldn't be Scarfed, and I would hit it with a Natural Gift Apicop Area, which is a 100 base power ground type move. But that didn't work out, as usual. And I go into Wand Spoon here. I believe I'm just going to go for a Psychic so that I can knock this stupid Venusaur out finally. I'm just trying to not get 6-0'd at this point, so I figured just go for the Psychic, screw it. Don't play around if he switches into the Heatran. You have Focus Sash and Hidden Power Ground. He goes into the Slowbro here, and I have Shadow Ball, so it's perfectly fine by me that he wanted to go into this thing. I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball, take this thing out, and we're not getting 6-0'd, so that's fine. So he does bring in the Tyrantrum here, I believe, and it is Choice Scarf, so I won't be able to outspeed it. But originally I had Dazzling Gleam on this thing, which was more power, but I wouldn't be able to hit the Heatran then. So it was kind of like, I don't know. So I decided to bring the Hidden Power Ground, and I figured it would hit the Tyrantrum hard enough to KO it after like Stealth Rock and Spikes damage, but I don't have Stealth Rock up, so this Hidden Power doesn't take out the Tyrantrum. It barely lives on, and he's going to hit both Head Smashes, and yeah, you did your job, Kadabruh. You at least got 1 kill. So I'm going to go into Sushi here, and I'm just going to go for the Scald, take out the Tyrantrum, because I know it's basically over from here, because after this he can just go into Venusaur or Raikou and get them a kill, or Porygon 2 or something like that. So yeah, it's basically GG to Enestor, and we are now 4-4, kind of a bad season. I think this is like the first season I've ever had like 4 losses, but it's a fun season nonetheless. I think we're all just kind of wanting it to be over right now, but yeah. So he's just going to go into his Porygon 2, get the special attack boost. I calced it without the special attack boost and thought I could live a Thunderbolt, but I don't. You know, it would have been funny to get 1 last kill, but that's basically the game, guys, and that's going to be a 4-0 loss for us. So I hope you enjoyed, even though it was a loss. I hope my commentary made it better, and I will smell you guys later, so peace out.